Hi, I'm Peter Cavanaugh. I am professor of technology management and leadership in the engineering school. Um, the presentation you're about to see is how to develop better learning teaching methods with UDL representation. The specific course that I'm focused on is marketing and branding, and the critical event is a brand audit. That is a project that starts at the beginning of the semester and culminates at the end of the semester with a group presentation to the class about the brand that is the focus of the audit. The As in branding, branding is about storytelling, about creating emotion for the product or service that you're trying to brand. And so it really aligns well to trying to build out kind of an emotional connection for the students to build into their brand and brand audit. There are a number of things that are working well for this brand audit. First of all, it's done as a team project. We create the teams in week 3 of the semester, so the teams have a long time to gel, and we actually help them with some team dynamics and understanding how teams work, so that that doesn't get in the way of creating a good project. There's a template that they can use when they have questions as to what each of the elements look like and what a brand audit is. The template is for Rolex. The Each one of the components of the brand audit is built off of a lecture burst and then a group or team activity for practice and refinement of that particular idea. And another thing that's working well, literally since the engagement of the engagement UDL session, is this next slide. I just want to share this with you, in that this has gotten very strong positive engagement from the students because it helps them understand where they are putting their efforts and where they should be putting their efforts. Uh, what we had spent a lot more time on facts and less time on exploration, and then even less time on strategic recommendations. However, what this did was help us recognize, okay, we need to be focusing on building the recommendations. What do we need to do that? And so this has been really helpful. However, even with the benefits and the things that are working well, there are some representation related barriers that I wanted to highlight. I think the barrier most salient for me, and which actually goes through each one of these sections, is this idea of the goal or the reason for doing a brand audit may not be clear to the student, and why someone would do that in real life, if you will, and what could it be used for. And you can see that whether that's on the teaching methods or learning goals and outcomes, or even in the learning materials. The the other one that I'd say is like this assessment, that what I'd like to do is to continue to push an assessment throughout the semester, because I think the assessment at the end is not um, doesn't provide the opportunity to learn during the semester. In this step, looking at these potential solutions in UDL, we don't call them problems, we call them learning barriers, but we do an analysis on them to come up with a solution that will be helpful to improve the learning. The three barriers that I want to address. I'm going to talk to the first two. The first one is this assessment only at the end of the semester with this presentation of the team to the whole class. There's two different checkpoints that I believe are informative of building a different solution or a different path, and that path is building the component elements for the brand audit, and then having the teams present on a weekly or biweekly basis with a defined rubric, so that they can, one, get used to presenting, and two, that they can see the different elements and how other people perceive them as well. So more of a shared learning experience. The second one is the elements of the audit are covered. However, they're not consciously connected. And I think the pyramid that I showed earlier shows that we were trying to get to strategic and tactical recommendations. In order to do that, it has to be connected, and so people can see the forest for the trees. And I want to make sure that we connect each element, and they know how and why someone would use this, and what do we know now that we didn't know before. I anticipate good results for these plus one solutions, because I think they'll understand the elements of the brand audit better based on the solutions, and then they'll see how the elements combine to create a better, complete understanding of the brand, and then be able to make value judgments about strategy and tactical recommendations with the available information. So looking forward to trying this out in class. Thank you.